DeepSeek 3 finally has arrived, and it is a coding powerhouse. Today, we are going to use DeepSeek 3. We're going to show you where to get it, how to use it for free, and also how to program a tool that can make as much as $1,000 a day or more. This is actually very simple. DeepSeek 3 and Bolt are kind of on par with the same kind of deal. I think DeepSeek's a little bit faster. We're going to show you how to use it, how to program no-code tools so that you can make money. Elena, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. That's interesting to see how far it's gone with the new capabilities in coding. And I really am excited to compare it with Bolt.
Yeah, and Elena here, she does the tools for many of our clients, and she's gotten really good at it. She doesn't have programming skills until now. I think now you do.
Now a little bit.
A little bit. And it's really cool because the stuff you can make is only limited by your imagination.
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome. So we're going to go through, we're going to look at this, and I want to really stress how important this is, because what you have right now with these programming no-code code tools is the ability to do things that just a couple short years ago would cost between $5,000, $100,000 or more.
Yes, that's totally it. Like, I couldn't create anything like this before, for sure.
Me neither.
All the programming stuff was like paid versions of programs and applications.
Absolutely. And I mean, I've been doing this business for 25 years, and up until now, I couldn't do this. We did simple little codes that programmers would laugh at me for saying, oh, wow, check this out. They'd be like, yeah, I can make that in an afternoon while doing the dishes and sleeping. Where now we are getting stuff done that's absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to get to the DeepSeek version 3, because if you go to DeepSeek, whatever their website is, I forget, I think it's like .ai or something like that, you're not going to be able to use this. You actually have to go to openrouter.ai, get an account, and click on this to be able to use it. And then you just click the chat button and you're good to go. Now, looking at this, pretty much the same kind of interface, I believe. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to use Claude to make sure our tool works and find the bugs. Then we're going to use Bolt to create stuff as well. Now, this idea, tell me what you think about it. It is based on a niche that gets tons of traffic and makes tons of money. This is the niche of card games and gambling games and things like that. Now, very important, we are not making actual games. We are making tools that they can use to learn the games. This is where we're going to get a lot of money, and this is how it's going to work in a very, very simple way. Now, we also tried making it in Gemini as well. Now, if you were to take a look at this niche, what we can do is we can look at, I believe it is this one here, which is a site we're going to use for comparison. This is a website that has all these different games. We can see here it's averaging about $50,000 a month in Ahrefs traffic, but the nature of the niche says it's making a lot more, especially if you look at ChatGPT and you see the affiliate offers that are paying 30%, some of them as much as 50%, and they're not cheap. These programs are pretty expensive.
There are always a lot of them.
Exactly. So looking at this, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to try to build this up. Now, the idea came from the domains that I bought here. Let's see. Okay, we'll stay that. We got enough time there. But the domains I bought here just recently, like this one, which actually has some rankings. So we're going to be building it on this site and a similar site. So looking at this one, you can see it does actually have some recent rankings for these different games, which was pretty cool. Like this one was a competition 27, 39. Yeah, that looks very good. Looking pretty good. And a lot of it's on the main page, so being able to just make these tools would be pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire this up. We're going to test it out. So if you were going to make a tool like this, let's say we wanted to make a game with like the probability or the odds. What would you say if you were coming over here to DeepSeek 3 and you wanted to make that?
Probably a very short prompt at first, like, can you make an educational...
With odds like this? Okay, so make an educational card game with odds. Let's see how this does. Now, going through with that, we're going to take a look at the one we made in Bolt. This is kind of our gold standard.
Yes.
Bolt, up until now, has been the programming beast. With $20 and a Bolt subscription, you can make all kinds of things. And this is one that we made. So I'll show you this one, and then we'll try to replicate it in DeepSeek 3. So this one here, you would put your bet in. You'd hit deal. It's going to go through. It's going to give you some cards. And then it's going to tell you the odds based on the cards you have. So the odds on this of getting a straight are 0.4%. which funny, I would think it would be higher because you have 6, 5, 7. All you would need is an 8. So let's see what it would be like if you actually held these. So if I held them, now my odds of getting a straight are 8.5%. Let's see if I get it. What do you think? Did we get it? Apparently it wants to be slow. And there we go. So I did not get it. Should have held the queen, then I would have a pair. But it's going to go through and it'll show you the odds. So this is kind of what we're looking at in terms of going after the niche for, if you were to look at this, we can see learn like this.
Yeah,
we can
that's
see
nice.
that there. I think there was others as well. I think how to play was the big one. So this one has like 3,300 a month, which again, with those affiliate offers is pretty good. This has 45,000. So this is the big kahuna here. And you can see cheat sheets and stuff, which would be perfect for promoting this. Now, going through, let's see how this one worked. Again, when dealing with code, what we're seeing here is, I forgot to say for my website, which is why it's actually just making the
It's making a prompt for it, which is not bad. We'll have more.
Yeah, it gave us more ideas, which is cool. So looking at this here, showing your hand, expected, and then it does have a Python script. Let's say, now make this for my cPanel website. I like to say cPanel because I find that it'll give us stuff that'll actually work.
Yeah, most of the time it does.
Cool. So we'll do this here. And now when dealing with this, if you don't know cPanel, basically any web host is going to have cPanel. And of course, we're timed out, so we'll have to log in again. So when you go to cPanel, you're just going to go right here like this. And then you are going to choose the cPanel file manager. Okay? So all we have to do is upload them. So we're going to go to the site that we have set up for this, which is this one here. And you can see some files that we used. Let's go ahead and make a folder, and we'll call this demo for this training here. So if we were to go to this site, there we go. So this is the one that I created in DeepSeek 3 before. We're going to try to replicate this. And then, of course, you can see it matches with the files here. So like if you look at the Bolt one, you can see the Bolt one I created as well. Very simple. It's all just based on files. You're uploading them. Now, when you create the files, it's very important to actually have spots for your affiliate links like this, which is cool. It made like little games and things, which is cool. So you can see how they work. Very, very simple. Now, when going through, what's going to happen? We have a network error, so we'll go ahead and reload this. That's just because we turned on the VPN.
True.
You remember the days when I didn't know the VPN was a problem, and I was over there doing a live stream, and I got very unhappy.
With Bolt?
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's not throw the computer out the window. So let's go through and say, redo it, please. And what it'll do is it'll actually tell you the file. So tell us now what this is like in terms of what you know with coding, because primarily you've been using Bolt up until now, yes?
Yeah, it's hard to tell what it's doing right now. I see that's only HTML for now, but it didn't do any other style files
It looks like it's freezing, which is fine. There it goes.
Okay.
It heard us. It was like, I'm not.
Yeah, pretty much. As far as I know, it tends to do a more simple structure than Bolt does, which is convenient for the cPanel website because you'll just need to create and upload those files without any extras.
Yeah, and I found that one of the things I was doing, tell me if this is kind of how you do it as well. What I would do is I would go into our demo folder, and then I would start new files just so I have those there, so I don't have to like...
I do that too.
Excellent. So what we'll do is we'll just make them, because it gave us a little hierarchy here. It said to put it under like this folder. We're going to use our own.
It doesn't matter.
So we're just going to make blank files, index.html. Make sure there's no spaces after. It will cause a problem. So now we'll have that one. Then we'll do create new file. Get the next one, which is the calculator.js, which is JavaScript. HTML is hypertext markup language. You could call it PHP or HTML.
Yeah, pretty much all functionality is going to be in this one.
Now, do you like to make them PHP for the main, or do you?
No, I usually follow those three that DeepSeek gave, like index, JavaScript, and styles.
Got it. That's probably why you don't run into problems and I do.
Probably because, but when you unite them in one PHP, I think it's harder to build a structure without any conflicts.
Yep. And then also one of the things too, I know we went in before, I don't know if you went too much into it, but we were talking about permissions when you were doing the databases. This is where you would do those. So you would just do change permissions. And usually, like, this is the default.
Yeah, it's usually there.
And then if you wanted all access, which means, like, pretty much you're vulnerable to everything, not a good idea unless you know you're using it, you would do 777, which would be just like this. You just click all these. Very simple. That's like if you're going to do a script.
Yeah, sometimes Bolt says to do that.
Yeah. So now we'll go through and see how it's doing. So we have our HTML. Okay, so very easy. All we're going to do is take our HTML, copy like this, go to the HTML here, edit, paste, save. Then we go to our next one. We can close this one out. Odds calculator, edit, and get our odds calculator down here. Okay, style. Okay, we'll do the odds first just because I opened that already. Boom, save, and then we'll do our style, edit. And hopefully, if all is right with the world and DeepSeek 3, it should be a functioning calculator. So now we should be able to go to demo. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Hey, not bad. This looks better than the one I did on my other video. So apparently it likes Alina, and we're both Alina today because I couldn't find my
You
cup,
pretended to be me.
Yeah, there we go. That's why it's working.
Yes.
It's like, it's Alina, so we'll work. Marcus, it's like, no, we're not going to make the code for him. So let's take a look. So this is a trainer. So select, we have a 5, a 6. Interesting. So this is more based on the Hold'em game. Are you familiar with that one?
No.
So the Hold'em game is where each person gets 2 cards, and everyone shares the rest of the cards. So that's kind of where this is at, which is cool. So let's see. So we have 5 diamonds, community card. So there's the odds. So now we can go through, now that we see it, and we can edit. So if you were going to edit this, let's say I wanted it to be a fully functional game.
I would take a screenshot of what you already have and give it to DeepSeek. I think that will be the easiest way to explain it.
Okay, so if I go like this, and I
it's
like
a life hack usually. If you have no clue how the application should look like, you can just Google the similar ones, choose the one you like, take a screenshot, and feed it back to AI.
I like that because, back in the day, I would just jot things down on a napkin at lunch, give it to my programmer, and he'd be like, I understand, Marcus, and he'll make the program.
Yeah, that's exactly that, because you can also add them. But do you want like this one or the more complicated one?
Let's do, here is the one you made. I want a fully playable game that shows the odds as we go. It might be a little complicated for DeepSeek 3.
I mean, you would probably put a screenshot of a bolt. This one.
So we'll do like this. And let's get our ads too, see if it might just make the ads, which is cool because then what would be fun, because I know you have a tools class coming up. Tell us a little bit about that. And before you do, what we can do as a bonus for the people who get that class is we'll make a bunch of screenshots of games we like, and they could just feed them to AI and make cool games.
Pretty much that. Yes, I want to start from the basics, explain what files are responsible for what, how to make it, how to improve your tools, which AI applications to choose based on, like, if you can code or if you cannot code, what are you making this for, and then how to actually implement additional stuff into your tool, like put the recommendations for your posts or affiliate links or for the products or links to the other tools, like how to connect and map it all on your website, because a lot of people just leave tools there be without any connection to them. Yeah, so basically from the beginning of creating it to the very last thing as an implementation on your website and monetization.
So basically, if someone comes in and they're like, I want to take Alina's code class, I will be there towards the end to share my bit too. She's going to take you from, hey, I got this website or this idea.
Yeah, what kind of tools I can create, how do I get my ideas, then how I can create it, and then how I put it on my website, and how I monetize it.
And check for errors too. That's a big one. Because like for me, I'm like, okay, this thing got an error. I'm not going to, but luckily Alina has the patience to work through the errors. which is great. So now we're looking at this. It's actually going through and redesigning the pages. So I could just go line by line. Okay, here's our index. And, you're just going to go, boop, edit, add the new one, save. And if it says success, you're good. If it says no changes, that means you need to make a change. So let's go through here. We got the index. And did it add some files? I think it might have. All 52. Okay, so images.
That it didn't create it, so it expects you to create them.
Got it.
Which is a little complicated, but it seems like it's making a very good structure then.
It is.
It requires images.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. That would be okay. That would mean you're going to need like A1.png, A2. Okay, so we'll see how that works. It's a little complicated, but it's doable. I've done this kind of stuff
before. You can probably see that without pictures.
Probably. And we can probably tell it like just make it without the pictures because somehow Bolt did. Or
Bolt is probably using the libraries it has connected already. Because sometimes it brings images like that too.
Yeah. Okay, see, that's
which DeepSeek cannot do probably, that's why.
Probably. So I think that was the JS. Yeah, game.js. Let's just copy again just to be sure. Edit. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
it renamed it game. Okay, so we'll do new file, game.js, create, and I think that was the right name, game.js, yes. So we'll do that, edit, boom, save, and we're just kind of walking through copying. Is this pretty much what you do as well?
Yeah.
Cool. And then with...
well, most of it, yes, pretty much that. I only copy the 3 main files and then upload them.
Got it. Okay, so let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Demo. Hey, that's cool. I like it. So now we're not seeing any cards.
Yeah, because we don't have images.
We don't have the images. Got
but
it.
Perhaps if we did have the image, it will be very similar to the screenshot we showed.
Let's see if it shows the image. .png, JPG, JPEG.
It's probably showing the folder that the image is supposed to be in.
Okay. Game.js. Or maybe it's in the CSS. Let's see.
Can you see the file structure in DeepSeek?
Yeah. So this is...
in the very top.
Very top. Come on, go, 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 go.
It's like loading the code.
There we go.
Here.
So cards, chips. So I would need...
it should go in the folder
Can you
cards.
tell me the image files I need and the chip files? Let's see what it says. It should tell us, and then it's really just a matter of uploading it. And you can even say, use an ASCII version or something. That way you don't have to deal with it. But if you wanted to make it fancy, I'm just going to go to like iconscout.com and I would just find the images.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the manual work of uploading those images because it suggested you the structure. It might be also that DeepSeek knows the libraries, and maybe if we reframe the question into like, can you connect it to the libraries that has card images already?
If you wanted, you could just do like this. This is going to take a while though, because you got to do 52. So I would say it's going to take you at least like an hour or two.
Yep.
But you'd have custom ones, so if like you wanted, I don't know, like a little cowboy dude or something, right? So we could just save like that. And then what you're going to do is you need to make sure it matches what it says here. Alternative to image files. If you don't want to create this, cool. So add this to CSS. So let's say, please make the CSS if I don't want image cards. Whole file, please. Let's see how this does. Stop and go. Hopefully it'll remake the file for us. Sometimes it gets stuck, but...
Yeah, but I think it also needs to change something in HTML, but we'll see.
It might. I think it's... Yeah, I'm not sure. Background color. I liked how it made the little table, though. I thought that was kind of a cool touch.
Yes, it really looks very good.
Ooh, let's see. Oh, so 20 is the most. Okay. My stack. I got $1,000 in there. Look at me
Nice.
go. You didn't think you can have free money. The AI gave me free.
I don't know how good it is at following the previous files and their compatibility with the new files it makes.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that Claude AI is the best for this.
Mm-hmm.
If like you have an issue, you can go to Claude, upload your files or copy paste your files and ask like, is it working fine?
Mm-hmm.
Or are there any issues? And it will go through.
Okay. So you would drag and drop your file in here?
Drag and drop or just copy paste the same way that you passed it.
So like if I wanted to do edit
yeah,
and say, where'd Claude go? Are there any errors in this file? Oh, let me give it the file. He's going to be like, yes, there's tons.
but you probably need to give him several.
Because it'll,
Altogether.
yeah, it'll ping on them. Okay, interesting. I've reviewed code, incomplete code, create card element. Okay, so it did have that.
Yeah, but this missing functionality that it mentions is probably in a different JavaScript file.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, so that's the game one. And then we have the odds one as well. So this is still going. It looks like it's done. No, it's still going. It is a little on the slow side, which is, I mean, it's free, so we can't complain.
Yeah, true.
It's like, hey, buddy, I'm free.
And it's already a more complicated tool.
It is. And it's actually, it's thinking different. Like the fact that it came up with the little table, that's something we don't see ChatGPT do.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. So let's do ChatGPT now make a for my website. Let's see what this would look like. Actually, I'm going to go into...
Owen?
I wanted to go Canvas. There we go. So like this. So let's see how this does. And the downside of ChatGPT is it doesn't usually give you a preview. But again, we're not seeing that in DeepSeek either.
Yeah.
So I think the key is have your own web server. So this is making a React version. So that would not work on our server, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be now make it not non-React so I can use on cPanel. And one of the cool things about this is no-code tools, you literally, it's like having a programming friend. You know, you're just like, hey, bro, make this.
You don't need to know anything about the code.
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly. You just need to know kind of how to upload and test it.
Yeah, and have maybe a basic logic or image in the head of what you're going to do. And again, if you don't, you can search for similar stuff.
Cool. So it looks like it did this CSS file. It's a giant CSS file. So this is going to be the new one. So we will do CSS, edit, save. Okay, did a little bit of changes. So let's do, how do we, new game. Still not seeing any
it probably
cards.
needs to change, ask it if you need to change HTML to bring.
Got it. Okay, so we'll say, do we need a change in HTML file? Although knowing me, it probably did say we need a change. I never read the directions. So let's see. Oh, there we go. So HTML. Okay, so now, is it going? Community cards will be added here by JavaScript.
Oh,
It's
then
kinda
we need
cool.
to change JavaScript to.
Well, it might. Let's see. So yes, we will need to modify. Here's the updated HTML. Is this the whole HTML? I think it's still going.
Yeah.
It's weird how it gives you these icons before it's done. I don't like that.
I mean, Bolt opens your preview when it's not done either.
Yeah. Oh, it's showing you the token count and the duration. Okay, interesting. So yeah, going through this should make the tool. And if we can create it all in DeepSeek version 3, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's free and it does a really complicated thing. If it ends up being working with no issues, that's like a miracle.
Yes. Okay, so now, yes, we need to modify the HTML. It's really slow moving, which I don't like, because it's hard to find. So JavaScript, your existing will still work, but you need to update the card creation function. Here's modified card creation function. Okay.
No, we can copy the function. I'll help you to paste it.
Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna trust you here because I would not know how to do this. So which one are we going for? A game?
No, the different one, the odd.
Odds. Okay, edit. So where would we put that?
Scroll down. Wait, a little bit up. There should be, you can search for the, can you go to DeepSeek for a moment?
Yep. Card element.
This very first line, function card element. Just
Function
search for it in the file.
So we'll go. Oh, what's that? Okay, so we'll do card element. So
no space. You can copy past this first line probably.
I'm wondering if it is this one.
It might be.
Edit. There it is. Now, was it space?
Yeah, it's a little different, so just
Okay,
go to the
create
next
card element.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Create card element. Create card element.
This
there.
one.
This
Mm-hmm.
one. Okay, so we're basically just boop, right like that. I think. Let's fingers crossed. Do we have cards?
Did we
Not
change?
yet.
We didn't change HTML. I think.
Okay, so you got to change HTML. So yes, working with these, you do want to go through and it's a little bit of a pain.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, you could either do this or, you can go pay someone 20 grand to do it for you.
Yeah, but you can always tell it to give you the full files when it offers you the changes too. Like if you don't want to manually search for it like I do, you can also just say, give me the full file again. And it just will be a way of waiting.
Well, we got cards.
Okay.
There we go. So let's see. Here we go. So new game. So that's the CPU. We don't get to see his card. What do we got?
Do we have ours though?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh, we got a bet.
I'm afraid we deleted too much of that JavaScript.
Okay. So going through, we could make this work. I would say the best thing to do is have a programmer or work with this yourself. Learn the stuff, mess with it, have different folders, like maybe make, okay, here's version 1, here's version 2. I have some where I'm like on version 16 and, you test it out. That way you don't lose anything.
We can do a cut here and just ask it to rewrite the JavaScript fully and then show people.
Okay. Well, we can do it live too. Let's do, please rewrite the whole JS file.
Files probably because
Okay.
Okay. I hope it understands you.
It might. Let's see here. Now it's going fast. It's in a hurry now. It's like, I'm tired of you guys.
Yeah.
Or maybe he knows we have a webinar to be on in 7 minutes.
It's like, I'll make you just leave me alone.
Yeah. But I think going through here this is pretty cool stuff. It's the ability to program, the ability to use this. I'm seeing that it is quite a bit different than the regular.
Absolutely. It writes a longer code that I noticed. It is more complicated for sure. I honestly didn't expect the good result right away after the screenshot, but it did.
Yeah.
And it's probably only the images issues that we don't have that prevent us from actually using it, because it looked like it's working.
It did. Yeah, I would say, I mean, if you were doing this and we weren't doing a call or a video, you'd probably have this thing working inside the hour. Yeah. So not
Yeah,
too
it
hard.
still takes time for sure. It's not going to be like, you still need to all copy paste, improve it. It's always the work like this with these tools.
Yeah.
So you need a little bit of understanding of how to work with them and how to ask for stuff.
Which is why they should join your course.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of nuances of like, you learn how to speak to AI to get what you want, where, I mean, you've been doing tools for, what, 3 months?
Yes, and I think it's unique for every application there is.
Yeah.
For example, if I ask Bolt to change files into the simple ones in the very beginning, I figured out that I cannot do the same in Lovable, that I need to do it fully till the end and only then convert them, because otherwise Lovable makes changes somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm seeing, this is pretty cool. It's going a little bit faster. I don't like that it looks like it's done, so I'd go in and copy it. Not a big fan of that.
Yeah, it totally takes a while, but this one is, a complicated one. I'd
It
say
is.
even bold has issues when the file gets too long.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say your limit for JavaScript would be like 700 lines.
That's pretty long.
Yeah, but after that, it's
It's
going to
out.
be a trouble because, yeah, it will skip one sign and then go ahead and rewrite the file again, and you wait again.
Yeah. And, for me, for being in this industry, there's never been a time like now where we can make this stuff. I mean, I remember back in the day when I was doing my MySpace stuff, which made a bunch of money. And the way it made money was with these little tools. So I would have, do you remember MySpace a little bit? You would have like a glitter graphic generator. So like if you wanted Alina to be like sparkly on your MySpace page, you'd come to my website, you type it in. Now, the way that I coded these, I had each letter in Flash. And then I had a code, you would type your name in, and it would call all those up. So it'd be like find f.jpg, find q.jpg, find this.jpg. And you'd have all these...
You have already this approach, so you understand how the basis of it work.
Yes.
But now people don't even need to do that.
Yeah, I mean, this would be something where it'll legit make the images, make the code. We're getting to the point where it's almost going to upload the code.
Yeah.
I think in 6 months, we will probably be like cPanel.ai, and it'll have like AI cPanel where you're like, just go make me money.
Yep.
You just pat the AI on the head and he'll go get you some money. So now we see that this did create the file. I'm noticing it is kind of slow scrolling, which pay attention, because if you miss and you copy the one above, your code ain't going to work. So let's go. We had the CSS.
Game one.
So this is the Java.
Yeah, it's probably the
I'm gonna
game
bring
one,
this over
I
here.
think.
Game.js. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yes, you are correct. I don't know why I doubted. I mean, this is what you do. So.
No, it's okay. I can make mistakes.
So let's see here.
Oh,
we
now
got
we have
cards.
cards. They
Now it's
look
got
weird,
2 3s.
but
They
they are
are
there.
weird looking. So yeah, you could go through. I think working with this would be good. And then it has real time. That's cool. I like this. So the hand strength of getting a 2 pair. I mean, that's your big one. Then you go call. So now I got these 2. I got a 3. So the chances of getting so I got a 95% win on a 3 and 3. Let's check again. Nah, it went down. I'm losing now. I'm losing. Now we got a 7. So the odds of me winning are 42%, and that's only with 1 player. It could probably have it do multiple players. And this,
Probably.
I mean, do you guys see? Let me know in the comments below if you guys see the power of having a tool like this for your website for training people. Because right now this doesn't really exist for free.
For real.
And I don't even know if it
you
exists
can also
paid.
join right away.
Exactly.
Only. That's it.
And how much did this cost us to make?
This one is 0.
$0. So for $0 and web hosting, which you can get at gohubsite.com for $9 a month, you can have as many as you want. You have all kinds of tools, all kinds of stuff, and you can see that's literally what these people are doing, is making these sites, making the tools. You can make, like this is actually a fun game, only you lose a lot of money really quick because you're playing like 10 hands at a time. And so you're like, wait a minute, where'd my $100 go? Well, you played 1 hand. But it's fun, So there you go. There's a 100 play one. You can play 100 of them. But that's pretty cool, and you can make these, and I would do it with the extra. I think one of the things that you learned was making that little extra thing to the tool. Anyone can make a calculator. Anyone can make a tool. How do I make something based on what people are searching for that's going to help them?
Yes, and again, you don't have to know exactly what detail to add to make it unique. You can ask different AIs about that too.
Yeah.
You can ask DeepSeek, it probably knows. You can ask Bolt, it probably knows. Claude knows for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, it's putting you in the next level. So go on over to aiprofitscoop.com/go. You can join AI Profit Scoop. We'll have a link in the description if you want to join Alina's class, where she's going to teach you how to make tools, what tools to come up with, how to upload them, how to error check them, how to make them work so you can make some money. Thanks for being here. Smash that like button. Check the links in the description, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next one.